What's good, my friends? Welcome to episode 107 of the Gig Podcast, where we talk everything New York, New Jersey, Philadelphia, national, and international sports. Most by yours truly, and Grassani. Join us around my treat Marcellus Murdock. You listen to the podcast right now on Anchor, Podcast, Spotify, Google Podcasts, Amazon Music, iHeartRadio, wherever you get your podcasts. You can podcast right now on YouTube. Also, should follow social media at Get a Game On Feed. And all that said, it's time to get your game on. Yo, guys, how's everyone doing?
Good. Had a fun time at the Fan Fest.
Oh, yeah, you were at Rutgers Fan Fest, right?
Yeah,
How was that?
good. I got to meet a bunch of players.
Oh, nice. You got to meet most of the Rutgers players?
And Greg Schiano.
Oh, you met the head coach, Greg Schiano.
Yeah.
Nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I saw that on Instagram, on Facebook. I'm just glad to hear you had a great time. All right, Marcellus, how you doing?
Everything's good, man. Can't complain, man. Everything's good.
Yeah, me neither. I can't complain. Either. Well, I certainly can't complain this episode since I accomplished quite the impressive feat on the show. Now, I don't know if you guys heard. I forgot to tell you this. Here's the thing: Sam and Michael are absent today. They're gonna say they'll try to spin it and say that, oh, Sam's like feeling sick with ear infection and Michael's on vacation. They'll tell you that, but you know what the real reason why I'm not on the show, guys? Because I did the impossible. I kicked them both out. I love the impossible. I kicked them both out. Wanna know why?
Why?
Because they're blasting me about Kevin Durant. You know, all the blasphemous Kevin Durant takes, like Kevin Durant's not better than Sky Pippen. Kevin Durant, is a top 25 player. Kevin Durant's not a Hall of Famer. All the blasphemous takes, I've had enough. So you know what? So I said, you know what? I'm gonna give them the boot. I'm gonna give those guys the boot. And as they say, the rest is history. So, guys, I'm gonna ask you: do you think that was the right move for me to kick them both off?
Yes.
I think so.
Marcellus, you think it was the right move?
I think so.
Guys, fist bump. All right. Finally, no more blasphemous Kevin Durant takes. No more blasphemous sports takes in general. Finally, some nice, peaceful, just sports talk without any craziness. All right, so you guys ready to dive in?
Ready to dive in.
All right, so I could be boring and open the show with the Yankees after they just got swept by the freaking St. Louis Cardinals. I could rant about that, but you know what? Instead, let's get a little creative here because we spent so much time making Yankees the focus and focus. But I figure, you know what? We'll get to the Yankees eventually, but you know what? Let's be a little creative. Let's give the other two teams that we cover here some little shine. So Marcellus, let's talk. You want to open the show with the little Mets?
Let's just be real here, man.
Yeah, we all know Jacob DeGrom's back.
DeGrom, man. What can we say about him, man?
And you see these to me. He threw like what 6 perfect innings today against the Braves.
Yeah.
He was also excellent in his other start too. So. Marcellus, I'm gonna say they right now are tied for the Yankees for the second best record in baseball. So, Marcellus, I don't know, you're probably gonna agree to this, but I think we're ready to say it. I think the Mets right now. I think you could easily make the case right now that the Mets are easy one with DeGrom healthy. You have let me rephrase this. Assuming Max Scherzer and Jacob DeGrom are healthy, assuming both of them are healthy, I think that the Mets are arguably the favorites to come out. I don't want to say arguably the favorites because you can't count the Dodgers, but they are a serious contender to come out of the National League. I feel.
Yeah, I think so too. Without a doubt, I definitely only reason why I won't get too excited now is because we always have a tendency to start folding once the playoff picture comes around. But I mean, we look really good right now. DeGrom looks very exceptional. It's like he just gets better as he gets older.
It's like he never left, right?
Like he never left, man.
Because people
Seriously.
were like, "Oh, how will he bounce? How will he bounce after the injury? Will it be the same Jacob DeGrom? He's kind of getting up there in age, and he just
Hmm.
showed you like he's Jacob DeGrom. That's all you can really say. He's that in his first two starts. He's been Jacob DeGrom. He's like he's giving you what you'd expect.
No, he seriously is.
Yeah,
So you couldn't
he's
really ask for more.
you can't really ask for more. Just he's allowed just 3 earned runs and four hits and in 2/3 innings. Struck out. Uh, only has struck out 18 batters so far. Wow, 18 batters in like 10 innings. That's impressive. That's really really impressive.
Yeah, I think so too. Really aggressive, man. It looks good. I'm liking the whole Max Scherzer and the ground combination, man. I'm just hoping in the playoffs, they can look even better than how they are now.
That's the thing. In the playoffs, we all know how much pitching is important in the playoffs, and we have a 1-2 punch of Digger DeGrom and Max Scherzer. That's gonna be like very very hard to beat. That's gonna be very hard to beat. I feel like it's his thing. It's the thing, Marcellus. If the Mets do not win the World Series, it's not gonna be because of their pitching.
You don't think so?
It's not at least it's not gonna be their starting pitching. The one thing that I think concerns me about that I think we're concerned about the Mets is the lineup. Now, the Mets have a solid lineup. They have a solid lineup. They definitely have some studs. Francisco Lindor, Brandon Nimmo, Pete Alonso, Starling Marte, Jeff McNeil. You've got some really nice players, but
I think
I
so.
I just feel like especially with Juan Soto going to the Padres, it's just I mean, even though they're strong right now, I would say Yankees lineup is better. I would say the Astros lineup is better, even though they're in the American League. I'll still take the Dodgers lineup. I would still take the Braves lineup. I would take the Padres lineup, and or I say St. Louis. St. Louis is debatable. I feel St. Louis is debatable.
Yeah, I think so. But St. Louis looks pretty good too. I mean, Goldschmidt is having a great year
Yeah,
right
St.
now.
Louis. St. Louis is. I mean, I should know. That's my team. I should know how good they are. Or is it? Or is it not going to take advantage of a slumping Yankees team? Either way, either way, St. Louis is a pretty good team.
So too. Yeah, they're looking really good. You gotta see. There's a lot of good teams going on now, man.
Yeah, yeah. There's a lot. There's a lot of great teams. In baseball right now. Honestly, St. Louis. I honestly I mean, I think it's gonna come down between I mean, we'll get to them later. The Yankees, the Astros, the Padres, the Braves. I would put them in there as well, just because they're playing most of the champions. You can't count them out. The Dodgers and the Mets. It's gonna be one of those 6 teams. I feel it's gonna be between those 6 teams.
I believe so too. No, I can see it. It's very
definitely.
interesting to see
I
what
feel like you're a
happens.
very giddy Mets fan right now, Marcellus. I feel like you're very giddy right now, aren't you?
I don't know, man. I'm a realistic fan, man. That's really what it is. So I don't want to get hyped just yet.
You all get hyped because like interesting winning the World Series it's like it's not an easy task. It's not an easy task to do. So you can't be disappointed if you don't win the World Series like every single year. But you're just look at this team right now. You're just looking at this team right now. It's hard not to feel good about them this year and like going forward. P. Alonso still has all his prime years left to have him. So is Jeff McNeil. Francisco Lindor is in the middle of his prime. The only thing going forward is I think that you would have to worry about is Jacob DeGrom's contract situation because you know that after this year you can opt out, right?
Yeah, I already know. I'm hoping not, man. I'm excited to see where they really go, though.
Yeah.
And I'm excited to see how far they go.
There's some rumors that apparently the Mets front office and Jacob DeGrom had like some sort of falling out. I've heard. I mean, I don't know how true that is, but it's definitely something to keep your eye on. But I honestly feel like it would be foolish to Jacob DeGrom, to opt out because he's proven that over the past couple of seasons that he can't stay healthy. Like over the past 2 seasons, like he's been injury prone. Like before the Heat just came back, the most recent game he started was back in July of last year. So he's shown like through a lot of stretch, and plus the fact that he's getting older. What team like at least right now maybe he goes out next year and has a Cy Young of the year that teams would want him, but if he opts out right now, I don't see him. I'll see him getting a better deal than what he has right now at the Mets. So much Jacob DeGrom making right now? $25 million a year,
I think so.
or around that.
I think so. He's definitely worth every penny.
Yeah, he's that contract right now. Let me tell you, that might be the biggest bargain in MLB. That might be the biggest bargain in MLB. Getting like a generational pitcher for like $25 million a year. You're paying Max Scherzer almost $220 million more than that.
Right.
And don't get me wrong, Max Scherzer's no slouch, but it's like Jacob DeGrom's like better.
Oh yeah, without a doubt. Without a doubt, man. And the lineup is hitting when we need them to also. I mean, Pete has been looking real good, man.
Yeah.
MVP season from Pete.
And you think he has a chance to win MVP this year?
Probably not, but
That's the thing. Like he has 29. He's tied for second in the home runs in the National League. The only one he's tied Australia. The only player who has more is Schwarber. So he's good. He is good. He's good. P. Alonso's I mean, like I say, other than P. Alonso's having like an amazing season. He's gonna be a big part of this team. This team's future. All right, Marcellus. Anything about the Mets? Anything else?
I'm just excited to see where they go, man. That's really it. I'm curious to see how far they go. They're looking.
I'm curious too.
Really it. How you feel about them Yankees?
Do you want me to rant about them now, or do you want me to divert over to Alex?
Oh, you could divert to Alex.
Yeah, we'll divert to Alex. We'll save the best for last. Trust me, my friends. Trust me. All right, but Alex, guess your Phillies. They won 5 straight, right? And
yep.
they are right now in the second game and a half ahead of the second wild card spot. I believe they're 2 games ahead of the Brewers, right? For a wild card spot. All right, so talk about the Phillies.
They've been doing a a great job about winning games, and Reese Hoskins has been tremendous in the National Series. I know the Nationals aren't on like a real contender team, but I'm really glad to see Hoskins just launch balls all over the place, and he has hit four homers in 4 straight games as of now, and I'm really hoping that he continues that streak going into Miami in for the starting on Tuesday.
Yeah. I mean, there's not really much to say other than main crowd. Sure, we just mentioned he's leading the National League of home runs for crying out. He's second only to Aaron Judge. So you want to talk about him a little bit?
Uh, yeah, Kyle Schwarber is a really talented guy for the Phillies ball club, and he's been racking up the home runs continuously, and I'm really uh, curious to see what he does in the next month or two, especially once they have to go to City Field to play the Mets. And I know it's going to be a tough series for them, but I think Kyle Schwarber might hit one or two balls out on Friday night or Saturday, but it's just going to be a matter of time and how his uh, how his bat takes him, and I think that it's going to be a very that series is going to be the most interesting series in a couple of weeks.
Yeah. So but what's most surprising is they're doing this all without Bryce Harper and without G Sakura. Wait, did Bryce Harper come back yet?
He's expected to come back towards the end of the month, I think.
Oh, okay, so yeah, once you get him back, I mean, I think the Braves are going to secure that second wild card spot. I think I'm not sorry, the first wild card spot. I think this spot is theirs, and I definitely think like with so the Padres are going to heat up as well. But you should secure that last wild card spot. I feel like the Phillies, they absolutely should secure that last wild card. If they don't, it's a disappointment. Because who's going to take it from them? Who's going to take it from them? I don't trust Milwaukee without Josh, especially without they trade Josh Hader. I don't trust Milwaukee.
Mm-hmm.
The Giants? Are you kidding me? Katie, so do you agree with me, Alex, that this Phillies team absolutely should secure a playoff spot?
Yeah, absolutely.
It'll be a disappointment if they don't, right?
Yep.
If you don't, are we going to hear a very, very angry Alex Reach on the podcast?
Yes.
Okay. Also, they made some moves to, I believe Abdul Herrera's gone and Didi Gregorius is gone too, right?
And Abdubel.
Yeah, I already said Abdul.
Oh, another thing to mention is the Phillies got back Nick Maton, and he was a big piece in the game today. He hit one out, and as well as Derek Hall. He's been playing well offensively, especially at the plate, and it's going to be interesting to see this team compete in the next week, a couple of weeks, and I'm really excited to see how the wild card spots and potential that will go down.
Yeah. I mean, it sucks for Didi because as Zeke says, we love Didi over here. It sucks, but I honestly, let's just be honest, his career at the Phillies, I feel like he had a really nice first. He had an okay first season with the Phillies, but he had a pretty decent first season. But after that, But after that, he just went downhill. He never lived up to those days that he had like with the Yankees. And I'm gonna be honest right now. He's like what 32 years old. And after like his numbers, like he has a negative WAR. He has a negative WAR this season. You know how hard that is. If you have a
Hmm.
negative WAR, I honestly don't see Didi getting a major league job getting a major league job, anytime soon. Maybe he can get maybe he'll I think his team will sign him to like a minor league deal, and they'll try him out in AAA, and then who knows, maybe he can work his way back up. But as of right now, I Didi's Gross's like MLB career is in jeopardy. And it sucks to see, I'm a huge fan of him, but as they say, it is what it is. Yeah, you watched him every day, So I I want to ask you, like his numbers are like really bad. Was just just watch him every day, I just watch. Do you feel Didi Gregorius was as bad as like the numbers would indicate?
Uh, it felt like he was inconsistent. Like, like um, like towards the beginning of the season, he was on point, and then once June, July rolled in, he didn't seem to be hitting well, and he's he just seemed to be like hitting pop ups and everything like that. But I just felt like he had uh, a better one when he was with the Yankees for sure, and it sucks to see him not be able to do what he did with the Yankees.
Yeah. He has what, one home run this year?
Yeah.
That's not good. That's not good. I mean, last year he at least had 13 bombs.
Hmm.
So yeah. Who did the Phillies? Who's filling in now at shortstop for them?
Um, I think it's Bryson Stott.
Um, let me look up this past let me look up this past game against the Nationals, which I was able to blow
Okay.
them out 13-1. Who started? Oh, Bryson Scott. Yeah. How's he doing? How's he been doing? Because right now his numbers don't look like really that good.
Uh, yeah, he's had some big moments this season, and like, I mean, he's a guy that can hit pretty well
Yeah, he's
in
a
tough.
rookie, right?
Yeah,
So yeah, I definitely feel like you guys should be patient with him, because I feel like going forward, at least in the immediate future, like he should be like your starting shortstop, unless you guys can find like some sort of upgrade
yeah.
on the trade market and free agency. Like I said before, I feel like the only big contract you have right now is Bryce Harper, right?
Yeah.
That's the only big contract. I really feel like with this upcoming shortstop class, free agent, the Carlos Correa like potentially being a free agent, he can opt out of his deal with the Twins and trade her. I really think you guys should go after hard after one of those guys. I
I
think they would
mean,
be great fits for the Phillies.
I think having Carlos Correa on the Phillies would be a lot better than what they have had been, and I just feel
Because
like,
Scott's a decent player, but what are the chances he's ever going to become Carlos Correa?
yeah,
Not likely, right?
correct.
Would you bet money on it, Alex?
Nope.
Okay, exactly.
I bet Big Mike would.
You bet Big Mike would. Whoa.
I mean, he's that type of guy that bets on anything.
Well, that's he would do it just spite Carlos Correa. Or would he not do it because he also hates the Phillies?
I mean, he probably wanted to give a, you know what?
Did you have anything else that you want to say about the Phillies?
Um, the Phillies just got to keep winning and um, building their wins in their win column, and let's see how they do it uh, as they continue a potential uh, big week against Miami, and then at City Field for 3 against the Mets.
Yeah. Oh, when you guys playing Mets? This soon, right? Is it this
This
upcoming series?
it starts on Friday.
Oh, it starts on. Oh yeah, it starts this upcoming Friday. Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah, you Mets play the Reds and Phillies start and then Phillies play the Marlins and then like the other two face off. That's gonna be a really interesting series. Actually, no, it's at Philly. No, it's at City Field. It's at City Field. And you
yep.
got and Scherzer, I believe, is going to start one of the games, and I'm pretty sure DeGrom will start. Is DeGrom? I'm pretty sure DeGrom will start on one of the games too. Why is DeGrom? Took by the ESPN app. Is DeGrom scheduled to start one of the games? Yeah, he's scheduled to start. Jared DeGrom and Max Scherzer are scheduled to start two of the games, and that's the deal. So, Alex, you want to know my advice for you on your goals for the Phillies that series?
Yeah.
Don't get swept. That's all you can really hope. Hey, Chris Bassett too. Chris Bassett, you have Chris Bassett. So honestly, if you're the Phillies, that series just don't get swept. You guys are playing the Marlins, right? 3 games. You have to sweep them. You have to sweep them because well, I wouldn't necessarily sweep them because there's you have a rush stretch against the Mets, but then you have the Cincinnati Reds coming up. So and then you have the Mets after that, but then you have the Reds and you have the Pirates and you have the Diamondbacks. So aside from the Mets, you really don't have that many hard teams throughout August. So throughout this month. So my advice, all you have to do is just be a put more respect against Mets. I think you guys should be good. But you have to feel really good about where the Mets and Phillies stand right now.
Yeah, definitely.
Now, on the other hand, it's time, guys. It's time. The Yankees just got swept by the not Arizona, I'm thinking about freaking football. They just got swept by the St. Louis Cardinals. Now, and they've lost 5 straight. Like they obviously lost 2 to the Marlins, and they got swept by the Cardinals. Now, here's the thing: the Marlins and the Cardinals, they're 2 very great teams. There's no denying that. They're 2 really good teams. But here's the thing, there's the you gotta with the way this team is played now. You look at their record, like ever since like what was it, June? I forget. June 29th, I think. Their record is the rest 38 games. Their record is 18-20. They're below 500 team for almost 4 games. That's not like a small sample size. That's almost a quarter of a season where they've been like at best an average team. Marlins, you mean Mariners, Seattle Mariners. Sorry. I honestly, whenever I go back and edit these episodes, I always notice myself. I always say like the wrong thing. I always have these stupid, lip balls, if you want to call it. Really stupid. So, but yeah, the Yankees. I mean, it's just like they're 2 very great teams, but when you look at the way this team has played lately, I gotta give credit to a guy by do you guys know him? The guy that I love at Frankie's Too Loud on Twitter. Have you guys ever heard of him? he posted this amazing tweet where it has like it has the Yankees with 3 buttons. One of them is starting pitching, the other is run support, and the other is good bullpen. And and as you turn both of them on, one of them will always turn off. The Yankees will always get 2 of them, but they'll never get like the third. Pace came example of this series against the Cardinals. The first game, the starting pitcher does a great job. The lineup does, I mean, 3 runs isn't amazing, but you know what? They had a lead, so you know what? They overall did the job. And you know what happens? The bullpen blows it, and then against the second game against the Cardinals, the bullpen does amazing. The starting pitcher does amazing, but you know what happens? The lineup goes to shit. And then this other game, I mean, I can't really use that example because here's the thing: the lineup showed up, but the pitching and the bullpen both went to shit. So this team, I wouldn't say I'm necessarily severely worried yet, because it's 162 games. You're gonna have some blip-ups, but here's the thing: they need to turn around, and they need to turn around fast. They need to turn it around fast. Because this team right now, let's face it, they're spiraling. They're heading like a downward trend. And they need to turn around. Now, you want to know another concern I have with the Yankees?
What?
Their schedule. Ever since that World Series, their schedule is brutal in August. You know who they play now after the Cardinals series on the road?
Back to Seattle.
Back to Seattle. You know who they play after that on the road? Don't
Boston.
look it up. Don't look it up, you cheat. Were you looking it up? Be honest.
Yeah.
Okay, so you cheated. Little cheater. But after that, who do they play? Yes. They play Tampa Bay. Guess that's probably no. Well, Boston's probably the easier, but still, you can't sleep on them. But they're still they could ease, especially at Fenway. I would not be surprised if the Yankees, dropped to a couple of games that series. Then they host the Blue Jays. Then they have 2 games against the Mets, and then finally, their schedule pulls off. They have a 4-game series on the road against the Athletics. But yeah, they have a brutal portion of their schedule coming up, and they honestly they need to at this rate, honestly, they need I don't see them taking more I don't see them taking more than 2 games against Seattle on the road. I honestly do not see it, but against the Red Sox, they got that series when they need to get hot. They need to do another Boston Massacre 2.0, and they need to sweep the Red Sox, or at the very least take 2 out already. But either way, this team needs to turn around. They need to turn around quick, fast, in a hurry. Because if you really guys realistically want us to beat the Astros in the postseason, I need to finish with a better overall record than them. I need to finish with a better overall record. Because if they don't, then they're gonna have to, if they don't, then Houston's gonna have home field advantage that series. Houston's gonna have home field advantage that series. And if they don't have home field advantage, I do not like the chances against Houston. And again, you know what happened this series, guys? Of course, you know who made a start against the Yankees in one of these games?
Who?
You know who. We spent last episode talking about it. Jordan Montgomery.
Oh yeah.
And you know what he did to us?
Yep.
5 shutout innings. of course, we trade him away. We trade Jordan Montgomery away, like because it's now being reported that the Yankees had a deal in place to get Pablo Lopez with the Marlins with Miami, and Miami just backed out at the last second and really like screwed cashing over. But still, it's here's more advice to all aspiring Joe-Mags out there, and advice to Brian Cashman. If you're going to make a move where you move a guy for a certain player, do a 3-team deal. Brian Cashman, you should have done a 3-team deal with the Cardinals and Marlins. The Marlins get assets from both sides. The Cardinals get Montgomery, and the Yankees get Lopez. Just a little note to all, aspiring general managers out there. And another, because now with Jordan Montgomery and you have Lopez, not the space to be throughout the rest of the season, and until Severino gets healthy, you're going to be relying on Domingo the Donkey Herman and Jameson Taillon. Those two are going to be your savers. Well, Grassani actually didn't pitch that badly against them. He actually pitched pretty well against the Cardinals, but still, my confidence level in him isn't exactly the highest. And Jason Taillon, I have a bit more confidence in because we saw what he did in the first half. So we saw what he did in the first half. So I wouldn't actually shock me if he went on some sort of a run, but still, because to be banking on those two throughout the rest of the regular season and to rely on Severino coming back healthy, the Yankees are taking a gamble. That's all I'm saying is they're taking a gamble. And it simply would have to take it was for that god awful, Jordan Montgomery trade. All right, one last thing. So you want to know another thing that's bothering them?
What?
Injuries. Joe Carlson, he's out. And guess what? We just received about Anthony Rizzo. He's out. And Luis Severino, he's out. The injury bug is coming back to bite this team, man. That's the other thing, too. They need to get healthy. They need to get, healthy ASAP. They need to get Rizzo back because Rizzo's been such a huge part of the team. He's top 10 in the majors points, right?
Yeah, I think so.
If he's not top 10, he's dangerously close. If he's not top 10, he's dangerously. Yes, he's 6th in all baseball and home runs, 27. He's almost top 5. He's well, not also. He's 2 away from being top 5 out. Rizzo's just been having such an amazing season. Stan's been pretty impressive as well. Stan's been pretty impressive as well. So they need to get Stan back healthy. They need to get Rizzo back healthy. They need to because right now the only real only real quality hitters right now and the slab that produce right now is Aaron Judge and DJ LeMahieu. Those are the only 2 guys. Gleyber Torres has been slipping, even though he had a 3-hit game the other day against the Cardinals. So hopefully that gets him going. They need players to hitting. Josh Donaldson. Even though Josh Donaldson has been streaky at best. Isaac Lefio is obviously not known for his offense. Granted, that would be I would be much more fond of him if he had to play good defense, but that's neither here nor there. But that's a rant for another time. Obviously, Jose Trevino's he's cool off a little bit, but I can't really pull him because he's done such a great job. It just has he has that conviction, so I'm still outside of them. Andrew Benintendi, I'm gonna say he's got to really rock star since becoming a Yankee, but he had 2 good stays. So hopefully that gets him going. But they need two guys to get going. They need Larry Torres to get going, and they need Andrew Benintendi to get going. They need those two guys to get going. Those are two guys that you can look at and say like those two guys that are guys that can be big time contributors. Because and then you get Stan and Rizzo back because Aaron Hicks, like I don't Aaron Hicks, even though because Aaron Hicks has like been inconsistent. Josh Donaldson's been way inconsistent, you know. So I don't really trust those two. I mean, Matt Carpenter is, you know, I can't complain on Matt Carpenter. He's been such a godsend this year, but again, you can't keep not going to be this kind of beast mode forever. So that's the thing to do. They need to get healthy. They need certain guys step up. I need to start playing on better baseline. I mean, a lot of people are going to say like Frankie Montas, you know, they're going to get him because he had a really bad first start. Guys, calm down. Calm down. You heard the story about Frankie Montas, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he recently had death. Like, was it a family? Was it a close friend? All I know is that he had death like with a very close one. So, obviously, like it's his first start in pinstripes. So he's always has a lot of mind. You know, he's playing a really good team. You know, I'm not gonna anchor Frankie Montas yet. Like, give me a couple more starts. And if he's still like not like the Frankie Montas we saw in Oakland, like as you get close to postseason, then I'll start worrying about him. But until now, like it's one start, guys. You know, calm down. Calm down. All right, so that's all the baseball talk we have for today. Before we get to the hot take of the episode, you know what time it is, guys? Actually, know what time it is, right?
What time is it?
Alex, guess. What segment are we doing?
Oh, the captain.
Episode 5 of the captain. So this episode, honestly, I'm gonna say this right now. Episodes 1 and 2 were great, and episodes 3 and 4 were like even better. Episodes of 5 was fantastic.
That was the episode where they said like he needs to work on his agility, right, and speed. Yeah.
Was the episode? Or was it the episode after?
No, I think that was 5.
Yeah, I think that was episode 5. That was episode 5. And also went over the Yankees getting swept. Not getting swept. They blew a 3-0 lead to the Red Sox.
Yeah, that was a good one. I watched that too. I'm all caught up, man.
Actually, you watched the episode?
I did not.
I figured you would since I figured it would bring you joy. But then again, you don't like Boston either, so. But yeah, that obviously brought back, you know, a lot of bad memories. Do we really need to talk about that? Can we not talk about that? The only thing I'll talk about is like, did you see that one thing that Manny Ramirez did? Manny Ramirez at the Red Sox parade saying like holding a sign saying I'm at the World Series parade and Derek Jeter's golfing right now. And Jeter openly admits that pissed him off. So but then again, it just shows you that Derek Jeter, I've always said Derek Jeter is like Michael Jordan with his competitors, but more like low-key kind of way. Like he's not the type of guy that will like get in your face like Michael Jordan. He's not the type of guy that will trash talk like Michael Jordan did. But he has that own little swagger, you know? That little low-key swagger, like, okay, like he looked at Ramirez like, okay, I see how it is.
Yeah, I mean, honestly, man, I'm a Mets fan, but you know, you can't be biased. Derek Jeter's the captain, man. You know, he's great for baseball.
Here's what the sign said: Jeter's playing golf today. This is better. And Jeter also admitted that made him sick. and that entire team that they still haven't gotten over that series.
He himself, man, you know, he's a competitor, so he said it himself. He said, you know, he never liked the fact that, you know, he had to admit that he lost. You know what I mean? So I just felt like, from a competitive standpoint, that's really good right there. You know,
Yeah.
you always need a guy like that, especially the captain.
And that I was like, that's been one of the
reason.
highlights of the entire documentary. To highlight his competitiveness. That's been one of the highlights of the entire documentary for me.
Yeah, definitely showed. You know.
And then that one thing with they said like, you know, you need to work on your agility and stuff. You know, that one thing. I feel like that was the one, because here's the Jeter Jeter always said like he loved to play shortstop. You know, that was his dream, playing shortstop for the New York Yankees, and he didn't want that dream, and he wanted to play shortstop for the Yankees his whole career. That was the only position he ever played. And then he showed that he showed and then Brian Cashman came to him and showed that you need to work on something, which Brian Cashman had every right to do, but that ultimately did stop. And I mean that ultimately did. I feel like it was kind of like the starting point to a Jeter and Cashman kind of falling out, which they do highlight in the next episode, but we can't talk about that yet. Yeah. The one other thing they talked about, Marcellus, I'm sure you pay attention to this. They talk about a lot of social issues that were in the game of baseball.
Yeah.
How Jeter wasn't, as a biracial guy, Jeter wasn't the most outspoken on that.
Mm-hmm.
Because that's the Jeter was mostly mostly focused on baseball. That's why he ultimately said that's why he said his ultimately his focus was on the game, was ultimately on the game of baseball. And that's the thing, when we talk about the race of athletes and African American athletes or Black Irish, whatever race they are, we never say we never bring up Derek Jeter as a biracial athlete. We never bring up Jeter in those conversations. And that's the one thing. Did you hear what that one that one dumb reporter asked him? Or wait, did he actually ask him, or did he was saying that he didn't ask, but was considering? Apparently, some reporter called him colorless.
Yeah, I think he was considering for sure.
Yeah, the one before called him colorless. I mean, that's just Jeter, Jeter's reaction summed up perfectly. It's he was the fuck you talking about? That's the Jeter. That's the thing. Jeter showed a different side of this documentary. Because growing up, I thought Jeter was the type of guy that not never swore, never cursed. Here he's dropping F and S bombs like crazy. He obviously gets censored, but I love that part about him. He's being a savage.
Yeah, seriously.
Yeah. And you got Marcellus, you have any other thoughts on episode 5?
I mean, I thought that was a really good episode, but what you guys think about the whole Alex Rodriguez situation?
They didn't really highlight it much in the episode. I said before, I mean, it's clear. It's both sides has something to do with it falling out. I said before, just going to speak on it, I thought A-Rod was really, really dumb, with some of the things he said about Derek Jeter, and it was very clear, that a big part of them falling out was Derek Jeter not Derek Jeter. A-Rod was always just Derek Jeter, because A-Rod feels that he was more powerful player, and he was right. But I just think Jeter won more. Jeter simply, one more. But A-Rod looked at the fact that even though he was more talented than Jeter, got like the spotlight. But here's the thing, Jeter like obviously played in New York and he won more. That's the big thing. Is that excellent thing? Like he was like at the very least the best position player on a team that won 3 straight World Series and won 4 out of 5 World Series.
Yeah, for sure. But I mean, my whole thing about it is that, I don't think he was necessarily trying to, bash him the way he made it seem like. I mean, at the time, were you really like,
But I understand that
as a
comment he
team
made,
saying that like you were
where he
concerned
said,
about Jeter?
like, oh, like you don't have to worry about Derek Jeter beating you. Like that, come on, that was dumb. If that's the case, then why did Jeter win that World Series MVP? Why was he such a beast in all those postseasons? Like the Yankees do not win those World Series without Derek Jeter. And that's why I hate. That's how I hate that people act like oh, if you take Derek Jeter off if Derek Jeter was like in Kansas City or in someplace else, like he would be a nobody. A, he would still be a Hall of Famer. B, how do you know he wouldn't have won World Series? And C, like if you took him off the Yankees, you could take him out. If you took him off the Yankees and you replaced it with Joe Schmo at shortstop, they would have won all those World Series.
Yeah.
Heck, I would even argue, and some people are going to roast me for this. If you replace Derek Jeter with Alex Rodriguez, they should probably be a better regular season team, but they would not have been a better postseason team because A-Rod always had like his shortcomings in the postseason.
Yeah.
And Jeter obviously was missing clutch.
Yeah, I agree. But
I still say that we can criticize Jeter a little bit. I do think that he could have done like a better job, like welcoming Alex Rodriguez, because you saw that scene like from episode 4, right?
Mm-hmm.
Where like they were both in the dugout and A-Rod asked like, "Hey, is everything cool?" And Jeter responded by saying, "Kinda like I obviously I know Jeter was probably still hurt, like probably they're falling out, but but I definitely feel like he could have done a better job, like welcoming Alex Rodriguez to New York." All right, so that's all for episode 5. The last episode's this airs this Thursday, right?
Yeah.
So we're gonna talk about episode. So we're gonna talk about episode 6, the next episode, and then after that will be episode 7. And I debate. Do you think I should get a guest star to recap the entire documentary? Do you think that would be a good idea?
Yeah.
Sure, yeah.
Yeah, well, I'll definitely get to work on it. Remind me to do that. Even then, we could just talk about it by ourselves. But then it would be better to do it like with the guests. So I'll definitely search for that. So, all right, but that's all for episode 5 of the Captain. We're moving on now, guys. You know what time it is?
That's
No, it's not Mets time. It's the hot take of the episode time.
who's doing it?
Guess what? Good. We got good news, guys. I got good news for you. We have 2 people missing. You guys aren't gonna believe it. You guys aren't believe this. We have 3 people missing from the show. Yet that's not gonna affect our wheel at all because his name Michael Stan aren't here. They both went already. So even if they were here, they couldn't go. So those 2 absences, obviously Chris is still absent, but we do expect Chris to join us sometime in the coming weeks. But aside from that, it's like this is it. This is it. So this is it. So it's not gonna affect the wheel at all. So it's either gonna be me, Marcellus, or Alex. So guys, it's time for me as your guest. Are you guys ready to find out who's gonna go?
Yep.
All right, guys. The wheel is spinning, starting now. Please allow me. I want to say my friend Michael and Sam are here. The hot take of the episode will be done by. God damn it, it's me. It was borderline between me and Alex. You want me to just give it to Alex instead? I know
Alex,
this
you
is
got anything?
kind of cheating, but Alex, you want to go instead? Because I really want to save mine for when Michael and Sam are here.
Sure.
Okay, so the hot take of the episode will be done by Alexander Reich. Alex, take it away.
So my hot take is gonna be based on Brittany Griner's situation.
Oh yeah.
I think that it should not be in this situation the way it is, and I feel like she should be not in uh, jail in the overseas, and especially being an athlete in a great country with a ton of support. I think it just goes to show how horrific the country she's in now is to her, and
Yeah.
I think the government needs to have a say, like this athlete, like she's an athlete, and we shouldn't really have the shot to keep her held hostage in a jail cell. And
Yeah.
I mean,
And here's the I said, do you mind if I interrupt you? I had a question about this. Here's the really fucked up part, because
yeah,
I've heard some people say like, "Oh, she broke the law." Granted, it's a really dumb law, but hey, she broke the law. You know, here's the real fucked up thing. Here's the thing, like some people like are forgetting. The she's going to jail for 9 years, right? The
yeah,
crime that she committed, the drive she committed, like has a maximum sentence of like what 60 days,
yeah,
or yeah. So basically, they're like the Russian government is being corrupt, and they're like improperly they're like mischarging her. Is that correct?
correct.
Yeah. So that's the real like situation. Like I really feel like any type of serious jail, any type of jail time really for holding weed. I really feel like it's ridiculous. But I mean, I don't want to get too political on that, but
I mean, I think that like since she's a special athlete, I just feel like there's it's the government and the government where she is now isn't being soft about it, and they're being uh very angry about it, and having the and I just feel like Brittany doesn't have more of the freedom of speech, like, and it's just a way to say that country isn't uh that country isn't what U.S. citizens should be involved in and have the experience of. And I think being a U.S. citizen is an extreme opponent of anything about, even if you go through this. And uh, I just wish that the president of that country stepped up and said that, oh, uh, Brittany is a athlete, and we can't have her held in here too long. And I just feel like a couple months would be well worth it, but I don't see 9 years of her just completely being by herself and having that life of loneliness
yeah,
and
9 years
grieving.
that are being taken away from her. imagine. But here's the thing. You say the president should do something about it. Like the
Yeah,
president of Russia should do something about it.
yeah.
There's one big problem with that. The president of Russia, you know who is that, and that is who the president of Russia is. Again,
Uh,
we will not mention his name because his name is deserving mentioned, but you saw like the situation going in Ukraine. You
yeah.
honestly expect like the president of Russia to do like anything positive about this, then really I
I
got
mean,
bad news for you.
even Joe Biden is doing a lot of it and helping to.
Yeah, I know the try. Yeah, the Biden is like trying to get her free, get her free. But I have thought. I think there's this talk about them doing United States and Russia doing some sort of trade, and that in return like they would free something, and then the United States would then free like or was it Russian murderers something like that or something like that.
Mhm.
And here's the thing: if you do that, what do you tell to the victims of the of the family that was all the families and all the victims of that murder? That now that murder is being freed, is being freed. I mean, ideally, the right plan is to just like send the nukes them and send like that Russian presidential asshole, and blow him up, but obviously there are ramifications for that too, and that's not and like that's way easier said than done. But I don't really know. It's a very sensitive topic, and I just hope that I just really hope that the United States can do something about it.
Yeah, and what really pisses me off is like having an athlete like her being in a jail cell for that long is a really um is really disappointing, and I feel like she should get limit of like two years in jail and
Even now, I
not.
would say 2 years is a little too much.
I mean, it's
Even
better
now, I would
than
say two
9.
years is too much.
I mean, it's better than the 9, but I just feel like maybe 8 months would do it.
Yeah, what's the maximum that they can charge you for the like crimes you committed? I mean,
Uh,
we wanted to we like she didn't really. I mean, really, we're smoking weed, possessing weed, crime, slowly, but surely not becoming a crime. It's not actually like she did something wrong, like that truly awful, but
mhm.
they truly awful. I mean, but I mean, what's the I believe whatever the maximum sentence is whatever the thing is that the United States needs to. I really feel like we need to obviously we have so many issues that are going on in this country right now. Like the issues that are going on in this country that is limitless. Like we don't want to make this like a political show, but all I can always say is that there are a lot of issues that we're going through in this country now. This is obviously now one of them, and we got to do everything we can to make sure all these issues get resolved. All right, Alex, is that the end of your hot take?
Yeah,
All right, this is the easy one for me to approve. Do you agree, Marcellus?
I agree.
Marcellus. All
I
right.
agree.
Amen, brother. Amen. All right. So hot takes me approved. And your record, I forget where your record is right now, but I'll look it up. What is your record right now? His record is right now 3-4. 3-4. All right. Speaking of like such topics, we gotta tackle a couple of them right now. This is something that we want to talk about last episode, but thanks to our Kevin Durant, like whole debacle off of our last episode, we got these couple stories had to get postponed. Number one is that Deshaun Watson has been suspended 6 games by the NFL. Unfortunately, we don't have Sam and Michael on, like, because they're more into these topics than like I am. So I really wanted to get, so unfortunately we can't get their thoughts. But I have I mean, let me rephrase. The Charles is being suspended 6 games, but the NFL is appealing. They're going to try to get a longer punishment for him. Hopefully it works. So here's the thing. I got several questions, guys. That's several questions when it comes to this. A lot of people are throwing out the comparisons to who was the wide receiver that got who was the player that got suspended for gambling?
I
It
keep
was
forgetting.
Oh,
Calvin
Calvin
Ridley.
Ridley, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, he was just gonna play like I spent a year for gambling. Now, whatever your thoughts on like the about scaling policy, I mean, I think we all can agree like the things that Deshaun Watson is like at the very least accused of doing, and the things that really did like are not critical. So why is one being more harshly punished than the other? Like that's one thing. Like that's one thing I agree with that. I definitely agree with that. But I want to take a step further, guys. I want to take a step further. Yeah, let me take a step further. We just saw like a couple of months ago, like Trevor Bauer, had what one women accusing him. I think there was like at least one more, maybe another, or like that file that participated in the investigation, but that's like what at most like I don't want to say at most, I don't want to minimize this, but it's like 2 victims, that were speaking out that like he had 2 accusers, right? 2 to 3 accusers or one, like it's one of those numbers, and like he gets 2 years. They'll be was the end, right? Gets him 2 years, and Deshaun Watson only gets 6 games. Even then, let's go back to the comparison to like another good comparison is that Ben Roethlisberger had like what was it, 1 or 2 accusers, and he only got 6 games. And they're giving a guy with like what 20 plus accusers, 6 games. It makes like very very little sense to me. This whole thing. Apparently, the judge's logic in doing the sentence because I've heard people like don't blame the NFL for this. It was a judge's decision, which is a judge's decision, which I guess if you want to say is it was a judge's decision. Like don't blame the NFL for that. I agree, and I will mention the NFL like on later on this as a Roger Goodell like on later on like in this take, but. Here's the thing. I was just like the patient, and they said like don't blame the NFL. It wasn't their decision. And then at the same time, like they're saying like don't blame the judge. Just by God, well, who do we blame then? Who do we blame? You can't blame the NFL. You can't blame those. We got to blame somebody. Because apparently the judge was using guidelines based on previous NFL suspensions, and that the fact that like Ben Roethlisberger didn't get like more than 6 games, didn't get more than six games, like that show also get most of those games. Here's the problem with that logic is number one, I first think that for the stuff that Ben Roethlisberger was at the very least accused of, if it moved on, like he should have gotten like more than famous like there's games, with stuff he was accused of, like assuming idea which I believe which I don't want to get into. I really don't want to get into like a debate like like oh did he do it, did he not do it? I really don't want to get into a whole debate about that right now. So I'll just for the sake first, I'll just say accused. But assuming he did it, like he should have got more 6 games, and Deshaun Watson has all these accusers, and there's this and you're doing another unwilling punishment for you're doing the same underwilling punishment. Apparently, the reason for that is like is like apparently it was like apparently the accounts of them were like non-violent. Guys, I'm just confused. That's the biggest thing. Like is with this whole Deshaun Watson saga. Is that I'm just confused. I mean, actually, you have any thoughts on it?
I totally agree with you.
Yeah,
It's just overly confusing situation.
it's a mess. It's a mess. And here's the thing: I saw Robert Griffin the third. I heard Robert Griffin the third tweeting out at the NFL saying that he was like bashing the NFL and not saying like, oh, like they don't really care about like these type of issues, like they're only like doing this like because if you look at here's my one thing I would respond to Robert Griffin for the third time. What do you want the NFL to do? It's like what more do you want the NFL to do? They're pushing for like an indefinite suspension, like Rush, they make they're in this situation. They're pushing for an indefinite suspension of at least a year. What more really like do you want what more really do you want the NFL to do here? Like I understand the NFL has mishandled situations like this in the past when it comes to like with like with like with like domestic abuse and like sexual assault and social injustice. Like they've mishandled like stuff like the Kaepernick situation, like the Ray Rice situation, all those years back. They definitely mishandled situations like in the past, but to use that same logic and say like, oh, they use the same logic as what they're doing now for the Deshaun Watson situation, I just feel like that's unfair. I just feel like that's unfair. What more do you want the NFL to do? They're doing everything they can to get this guy like as harsh of a sentence as possible. I mean, Marcellus, do you guys have any more thoughts on this, or do you guys just want to move on? Marcellus, do you have any
Do
thoughts?
you have any thoughts on it, Alex?
I don't.
Yeah, I don't either.
Yeah. Apparently, I also want to throw. I forgot. I almost got to throw this situation there. Apparently, the NFLPA is suing the NFL for this, which is really really weird. And I tweeted this out, guys. I'm pretty sorry I said this in the chat that guys, this is gonna be like an absolute shit show. This is about to get ugly very very fast. I mean, it's
Yep.
already gotten ugly, but it's about to get uglier. All right, so now we gotta go from that to we go from the stories to two like tragic stories. Two legends recently left the sports world. Recently, you know who these two legends are?
Who are
Like,
they?
you know who it is, Marcellus. Don't play with me.
Vince Scully.
Vince Scully and who else?
Uh,
You Marcellus. Repeat that.
Bill Russell.
Bill Russell. So yeah. To start off with Bill Russell. I mean, well, he passed away at what, age 92?
I think it was 82.
82? Oh yeah. So I mean 82 is still he's still up there. He definitely lived like a really long, healthy life, but still it's so tragic to see him pass away. And nothing to say other than the greatest winner in sports. Like 11 championships. Literally does not have like enough rings for his fingers. So I mean, there's nothing else. There's really nothing else to say. 88. He died at age. He passed away at age 88. So yeah, there's that. There's that. There's that little nugget there. But yeah, the greatest runner is what's he got. As I really feel like when we talk about like activism and athletes, and athletes like fighting against social justice. Bill Russell's one of the biggest names up there. He's one of the biggest names up there. Like he was very like outspoken against injustice, and he did so in like one of like let's call it one of the most plagued by racism cities in America. Boston, Boston has this history with racism. Like, even to this day, like we talk about race like cities that suffer the most of racism. Boston's up there. So, and for him to do that, for him to do that, like become like he was like the first like African American player to achieve to really achieve superstar status like in the league. Like for him to like do all that, like I really feel like there's nothing else to say other than the NBA lost a legend both on and off the court. Marcellus, did you want to talk about him for a bit?
What am I talking about again?
Bill Russell.
Oh yeah, Bill Russell, man, one of the best to ever do it, man. Honestly, I mean, I wasn't really around for his days when he played. Obviously, I don't think none of us were, but from what I do remember, Bill Russell. Well, he won. How many chips he got? Like it was 11, right, or 12?
He's got 11.
Yeah, nobody else is doing that. I think arguably we can all say nobody else in the league is doing that. That's hard to do, and you gotta respect that from a fan standpoint. And there's never gonna be another Bill Russell, man. You know what I'm saying? Like, just some people are irreplaceable. That's definitely one of them. You can't replace that. Just his size, the way he played, all that. That's kind of my take on it.
Yeah, I ain't really nothing else to say. Other than the NBA lost to Titan. Alex, you want to go?
I completely agree with Marcellus.
So yeah, rest in peace to the great Bill Russell. I mean, he will never be missed. And another legend left us got those recently, and that is the great Vin Scully. Nothing to say other than the greatest broadcaster, on the greatest broadcaster to ever do it. Nothing really else to say there. Nothing else to say there. I want to bring up this. I really wanted to bring up. I really wanted to bring up this amazing studio. I want to see if I can. I really want to see if I can find it here so I can credit the guy who did this. I really want to see if. I really want to see if I can find like the tweet. Just give me a second here, because it. Give me a second here, guys. And I can't find unfortunately I can't find a tweet, but it said something like this: you can't tell the story of baseball without Vince Scully, and no one told the story of baseball better than Vince Scully. And that was just like you can't. I feel like I could have said better myself. I mean, I really think of Vince Scully and like all these years broadcasts like with the Dodgers. People forget like when Jackie Robinson like first came up, and when Jackie Robinson like was making his mark in the majors, like Vince Scully like was the one who broadcasted a lot of those games. Vince Scully was ultimately like the one who ultimately like broadcasted a lot of Jackie Robinson's career. And like I don't know what else to say. Like he was just an amazing storyteller. He was amazing. I mean, really, unfortunately, I never really I never got a chance to get too there with his broadcasting work because he correct, but I know that he's like, when we think of all broadcasters of baseball, like Michael Kay, like John Stern, like they all will tell you that they looked up to Vince Scully. That Vince Scully really truly set the standard for like play by play and most of baseball, but really just sports in general. So yeah, guys, anything you have to say on Vince Scully?
It's definitely sucks he passed away, and I hope his family is doing well.
Yeah. That's at 94, right?
Yeah.
So like Bill Russell, he definitely lived like a long healthy life, but yeah, still like sad to see it come to an end. Go ahead, Marcellus.
Yeah, I mean, I agree with Alex on that too, for sure.
Yeah, so yeah, rest in peace to the late to Vince Scully. Again,
It's very, very sad what happened to the man, for sure, you know.
Yeah.
But I'm actually glad that, you know, Bill got to see his 75th anniversary, you know.
Yeah. I agree. So yeah, rest in peace to both Bill Russell and Vince Scully. Both world lost of Titans the other day. All right, guys. Let's actually. I don't know if this is. I would say lighten the mood up, but I'm pretty sure this isn't gonna lighten the mood up. It's time for our best of the episode. And guys, guess what?
What happened?
Oops, we did it again. Oops, we did it again. You know what I'm referring to right now?
What happened?
Our bets. You know what happened?
What happened?
Alex, what happened?
We all took the L.
We all lost. For the sixth-time podcast history, we all lost. At least now we've had some times where we've had some times where we all won recently, so it makes it sting a little less, but still. 6 times in podcast history, you all took the L. Guys, you think we should be proud of this? Do you think we should be proud of this, or should we what should we do about this? I really think we should highlight this. Every single time we all take an L, we should give a counter. Yeah. Oh wait, it's not official because she didn't get Christmas vest. So here, I feel like when Chris comes back, we're gonna put a little bit of pressure on him. We're gonna put a little bit of pressure on him. Whenever he comes back, we're gonna give him make 2 bets and one's gonna be this. I'm sorry to say, Chris, this bet is gonna we're gonna have to ask you to save us from going winless again. All right, so yeah, unfortunately, I haven't had time to do those standings, but yeah, basically it's the same like except everyone like just took L's. Even then, like the standings would be incomplete because we didn't get Chris back in yet. So, all right, guys, I still don't know what I'm gonna do for my bet. I'm gonna take some time to me to. I'm gonna take some time for me to think of my actions. You have one?
Yeah.
All right, go ahead and tell me it.
So I'm doing a 3-game parlay
Okay.
for Tuesday. So I'm gonna do Phillies money line against Miami.
All right.
St. Louis money line against Colorado.
Phillies or Marlins. Cardinals or who?
Colorado.
The Rockies.
So,
And Dodgers money line against the Twins.
Okay. Another parlay. So yeah, will this be another miss, or will Alex get lucky and can finally hit this one out of the park?
I will hit it.
Okay. Okay, we'll see, Alex. We'll see. All right, so I need to bounce back. I suffered another loss here, so I need to bounce back quick, fast, in a hurry. You know what? I'm gonna do something stupid. I'm gonna take the Padres over the Giants, and I'm gonna take. I'll do a same game parlay. I'll take one solo game in here. Keep it nice and simple. All right, Marcellus, you're Mr. Ringleader. Marcellus Murdock, you're up.
Let's see, what does the ringleader want? Any good games tomorrow? Let me see. Oh, we're playing the Reds. You know, I got to take my boys. I'm gonna
Yeah,
take.
you definitely gotta take that. But I would recommend get pairing that with the parlay, because if you or because unless you take the spread, then you're not gonna make that many points.
Yeah, let me take the Mets 1.5 spread,
Mets 1.5 spread, gotcha.
and let me take Padres money line.
Smart man there, Marcel. Smart man.
I think it's time to take them serious, man. Tatis coming back soon, so them
Yeah,
boys are gonna
what's
be
the
really good.
timetable for his return?
I think he should be back soon. I just don't know. I just don't know when
What
yet.
was it? Sometime in August, right? Which is good
Yeah,
because I need him back on my fantasy team.
yeah, I just don't know when it's coming, but I know it's coming
You
soon.
guys know I've won in a fantasy league. I won I just beat Sam, and in the what's it, the last 9 matches, I think. Let me check. Let me check. Let me check. My my last my last 9 matches, or was it 8? Last 8 matches, I'm 7-1. And the only one I lost by 3 points. And guess what? I just recently got the DeGrom back, and guys, once I get Tatis back, y'all fucked.
Yeah, Tatis is a beast, man.
Yeah. So yeah, you got Mets over Reds on the spread, and Padres over Giants, right?
Yeah.
All
Yeah.
right. I was thinking about doing NFL preseason, but those are I'm gonna stay far away from that.
Yeah, I'm gonna stay away from
All
it.
right, so we don't. Okay, what are we gonna? All right, what are we gonna do for Michael here? What am I gonna do for Michael here? I'm gonna be I'll give Michael
Cubs money line.
no, not gonna be that mean. I'll give Michael Dodgers money line on what day? Tuesday, right?
Yeah.
Actually, they play the Twins, but they should get some. They should get some nice odds against the Twins. So I'll give them Dodgers money line, Dodgers or Twins money line, and I'll give them a WNBA bet. Literally, just think of one. She always likes to. I'm trying to get in the head of our good friend Michael. You know what I mean? The Liberty play a. No, I was gonna take this bet. I'll give them the Liberty. How about that? But I was thinking about betting Liberty, but I do want to take the Liberty at some point. But I just haven't found like a really good bet for them. I would take them to this time, but they're not gonna want something safe. So because I really need to get back on the right track, so I won't do that. So yeah, that's what I'll do for Michael and for Sam. What am I gonna do for Sam? Should I be evil and give Sam a shitty bet? Well, I'll be a little like cool with Sam. I'll give them the Yankees on Monday. I'll parlay it up. I'll give because Tyler's starting. I don't see them winning that game. Yankees over Mariners money line. And for Chris, Royals play a doubleheader against the White Sox, right? All right, let me check the pitching match for games. I'll give them game 2. I'll give them game 2. I think they will take a game. All right, guys. That's all for our bets, and that's all for this episode. Are y'all gonna say anything? Or am I being stared at by 2 zombies?
It's a great episode, man.
Yeah.
Which episode was that?
Episode 107. This was our 107th episode.
Come a long way.
Yeah, so I mean nothing else much to say other than, I just recently got trained for my new job, and I can't give too many details away because Disney's very strict, with work. So all I'm saying is that it's a lot of fun and I'm really enjoying it.
How you like it, man?
Oh, I love it. Like, I'll see if I can give you because I don't feel comfortable sharing too many details on air, but I'll see if I can share some with you off air.
Yeah, definitely, man. I want.
How's your new job? How's the little PH meeting?
Love it, man.
Alex, how's your live stream you?
Good.
All right, live stream us all good. Get your game on. It's moving up in the world. So, guys, any final thoughts?
Go Phillies.
Go Yankees, and Kevin Durant is in fact a top 20 player of all time. Suck it, Sam. Suck it, Michael. Alright, guys. That's it. This is episode 107 of the Get Game Podcast. Yours truly, and Grassani, the Alex Reich, and Marcellus. Like you heard, be sure to leave a like and follow or subscribe to the podcast. Also, enjoy our conversation, leave a comment on YouTube, or reach out to us on social media. May feature what you have to say, and feature what your favorites. Those super genius just fans. Mention a world, believe in it, and dive in. See you next time, and until then, stay lit.